Right now, a federal indictment for former President Donald Trump related to classified documents found at his Mar-a-Lago resort. Another legal headache for Trump as he campaigns to take the White House back in 2024.
Plus, fentanyl is reported to be the #1 killer of a certain group of Wisconsin residents. Who they are and what's being done to save them. That's all coming up right now at 10. A developing story tonight. Former President Donald Trump says he's been indicted in connection with a federal investigation into his handling of sensitive government documents after he left the White House.
2 U.S. officials confirmed the charges to CBS News. Nicole D'Antonio is in our nation's capital with the details into the newest legal battle for the former president.
Former President Donald Trump said Thursday he has been indicted over his handling of sensitive government documents. Sources tell CBS News that the multi-count indictment is connected to the allegedly unlawful retention of national defense information and obstruction of government efforts to retrieve them. Trump posted on social media Thursday that he has been ordered to appear at a federal courthouse next Tuesday and released a video discussing the matter.
It's a hoax. The whole thing is a hoax, just like Russia, 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 just like the fake dossier was a hoax.
The former president has denied any wrongdoing in the case.
There's really not much legally that could potentially help him by saying this is going to happen. I mean, all of this is political. All of this is so that he can frame the narrative. We can hear it from him first, and his supporters will continue to be told this is a witch hunt. This is all the political weaponization of the Department of Justice.
In a statement, Trump said, quote, "I never thought it possible that such a thing could happen to a former president of the United States who received far more votes than any sitting president in the history of our country and is currently leading by far all candidates, both Democrat and Republican, in polls of the 2024 presidential election. I am an innocent man." Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Washington.
And the indictment would make Trump the first president in U.S. history to face federal charges and the first charges to arise from special counsel Jack Smith's investigation of the former president. And we brought you a CBS News special report on our Channel 3000 mobile app this evening when news of the indictment broke. A reminder that the app is free to download and lets you stay informed at the time most convenient to you.
And already on Capitol Hill, there's been reaction from lawmakers. Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, tweeting out in part, "Today is indeed a dark day for America. It is unconscionable for a president to indict the leading candidate opposing him. House Republicans will hold this brazen weaponization of power accountable." Ron Johnson also with reaction tonight. The Wisconsin senator tweeting, "Corrupt double standard?" as a question when comparing the exoneration of Hillary Clinton's classified document obstruction. Wisconsin Congressman Mark Pocan, a Democrat who represents Madison, taking a much different tone in his tweet, saying 2 impeachments, 2 indictments, and adding, "for now," in parentheses. Well, a nice and calm night across southern Wisconsin, but we are still holding out for any chances of rain over the next few days.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti out on the weather patio tonight. He has our first warn forecast. Gary?
Well, when there's hardly a cloud around, it's very hard to get rain out of that. Let's take a look at the time lapse from the WISC Skycam. You can see what I mean. I mean, sun up to sundown. Few cirrus clouds, that's about it. They're not going to generate any rain, and tomorrow should be just as sunny, so obviously we're not expecting any rain tomorrow. Doppler track, nearest rain in North and South Dakota. I mean, even Minnesota right now is dry, and so it'll be a while before we see any rain here. With the air being so dry, last night temperatures were in the 30s up toward Camp Douglas and Black River Falls. Here in Madison, we dropped to 46, but that dry air warms up quickly. We've said this over and over again. So we went from 46 this morning to 76 this afternoon, and you can see Black River Falls almost at 80 degrees after dropping into the 30s last night. Right now, temperatures are in the 40s again in those cold spots up to the northwest, but otherwise most areas seem pretty comfortable conditions in the mid-50s to the middle 60s here in Dane County right now. 54 in Middleton, but it's 64 in Madison, 65 degrees in McFarland, and 59 in Perry. Look for skies to be mostly clear tonight. It'll be chilly again, low temperature dropping to about 47 degrees. I'll take a look at our chances for rain toward the end of the weekend in just a few minutes.
A shocking new report by a Wisconsin research group shows how the fentanyl epidemic is ravaging a wide age group in Wisconsin, more than even car crashes or alcohol.
Our Armand Rahman breaks down the deadly impact of the drug by the numbers. Armand?
Eric and Charlotte, researchers at Forward Analytics found that fentanyl is the #1 killer of Wisconsin residents between the ages of 25 to 54. Among those, it disproportionately impacts men of color. Authors say they hope their findings help people realize just how dangerous it is to anyone.
When we saw that it was not only, the #1 killer, but by that wide of a margin, by wide margins, that's really a troublesome figure.
Forward Analytics is calling it the silent killer in only a 10-page report with a very simple message.
We have to have everybody know how dangerous this is.
Fentanyl's mortality rate among men is more than double that among women, and mortality rates for Wisconsinites of color is nearly 3 times greater than white residents. But researchers say it's taking the lives of 25 to 54-year-olds everywhere.
At this point, it is more urban than rural, but you have, in terms of mortality rate, the #2 county in the state is Sawyer County, a rural county in northern Wisconsin. So, it's hitting both.
The director of the research organization, Dale Knapp, says education is the important next step in going from awareness to prevention.
So one of the things we did in the study is we put in a lot of the street names for fentanyl. Apache, China Girl, Tango and Cash, Murder 8. So if you're a parent, you hear these words, it gives you a clue.
He says the legalization of test strips and the wider availability of Narcan has helped. In 2022, they found death numbers steadied. But Knapp says it isn't always the number of deaths that are the most tragic.
At this point, we're probably over 200,000 potential years of life lost because it's hitting people in the prime of their life.
Now, to put it all in perspective, for 25 to 54-year-olds, the second leading cause of death is split between car crashes and alcoholic liver disease. The report says deaths by fentanyl were 2 to 3 times higher than both of those.
Well, after weeks of negotiating, there is a tentative agreement in place on a deal for funding to keep Wisconsin cities and municipalities running. Not all the details inside that agreement are known at this time, but it appears Milwaukee is a significant target of the plan. Milwaukee was facing bankruptcy, and the arguments are over how to implement a local sales tax for the city and county. But it comes with some strings attached. Milwaukee would have to put police officers in schools, for instance, as part of the bargain.
Also at the Capitol today, Republicans introduced a bill geared toward helping raise reading scores in Wisconsin. The legislation would create an Office of Literacy within the Department of Public Instruction and pay for literacy coaches to work with students in some of the state's lowest performing schools. The bill's authors want to change fundamentally how reading is taught in Wisconsin schools. Lawmakers say they've started talking to universities about how to do that.
So that tells me that they're willing and they're aware that they need to make some changes on their end too when it comes to this, again, going back to the science of reading in this entire approach.
They're literally leaving Monday.
In all, the bill would cost $50 million, with $10 million going to fund the literacy coaches. The rest would help schools retool their curriculum. Lawmakers are hoping to pass the bill quickly so they can get the funding added to the state budget, which they're currently debating at the Capitol.
Turning now to national news, an actor known for his work in Bob's Burgers and in Arrested Development has been charged by the Justice Department for allegedly being at the U.S. Capitol during the January 6th, 2021 riot. Charging documents accuse Jay Johnston of participating that day. It alleges he used a stolen police riot shield to help a crowd assault officers at the Lower West Terrace entrance. The documents contain a purported text from Johnston to a friend talking about his involvement that day. Johnston faces charges of interfering with law enforcement, disorderly conduct, and impeding passage through Capitol grounds. Former Republican House Speaker Newt Gingrich testified before a federal grand jury investigating the January 6th violence earlier today. Sources tell CNN he spent half of the day before the jury. Gingrich is accused of playing a role in the effort to submit false electors in battleground states that former President Trump had lost. That accusation comes from the House Select Subcommittee investigating the riot. It also claims he allegedly spoke to Trump's senior advisors about TV ads that had relied on false claims of election fraud.
A bipartisan group of lawmakers introduced a bill today to ban the sale of bump stocks. Those are the devices that can effectively turn semi-automatic weapons into fully automatic machine guns. You may be thinking, I thought those were already banned. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives did ban them back in 2017 after a gunman used one in Las Vegas during that festival shooting. But a federal court blocked that ban in January, earlier this year, saying the ATF had overstepped and only Congress could issue such a ban. Lawmakers are hoping to get the congressional ban passed before the Supreme Court potentially strikes down the 2017 ban. State police in Indiana just released video from a wild high-speed chase with a stolen school bus. Actually started across state lines in Cincinnati, where authorities say the suspect stole the bus and then led state police on a nearly hour-long chase into Indiana. Good news is here that no children were on board. Driver even taking the bus off-road here to evade capture. Authorities say the chase lasted roughly 80 miles before that bus came to a stop there in that field. More local stories are ahead after the break.
The bus routes you've learned and memorized are about to change. What you need to know about Metro Transit's network redesign, which goes into effect this Sunday.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the Best Evening Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
Since group has started in the 80s, we've been cheering on the true champions of Milwaukee, you and yours. We've been on this path together for 35 plus years. We've had your back from the jump. Let's keep rising together. One call, that's all.
The local water experts at Culligan can take care of everything but the kitchen sink. Actually, we do that too. Culligan, here for every water worry.
Looking to bring life to your Wisconsin Dells getaway? Bring your family, bring your friends, bring an extra suit, and bring on the water parks. Summer in Wisconsin Dells. Bring it on. Go to WISC-TV.com and start planning your trip to the water park capital of the world today.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
Save 11% off everything at Menards. Keep your pup happy and healthy with Greeny's Dental Dog Treats. They prevent gum disease, fresh breath, and are made to ensure balanced nutrition. A value pack of Greeny's Dental Dog Treats are $39.98 plus 11% savings. Check out our great selection of indoor-outdoor carpet. Status Carpet is perfect for decks, patios, or sunrooms. It's stain-resistant and easy to install. Just 39 cents a square foot after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Insurance. It isn't the most exciting thing to talk about, but it is incredibly important. Not having enough insurance could prevent you from getting what you deserve after an accident. Call Groomer Law Offices. One call, that's all.
He's always a good time. Alfonso Cordero is here.
That photo's really hurting me right now.
Then a fun surprise for a principal and his students. You want to start a basketball program for the kids.
Yes, I do.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
The IRS is saying over 1 million Americans could miss out on their share of an estimated $1.5 billion in unclaimed tax refunds. Those refunds are for tax year 2019. So if you didn't file for some reason in 2020, you could be owed part of those unclaimed funds. By law, taxpayers usually have 3 years to file their taxes and claim their refund. But if they miss the deadline, that money goes to the U.S. Treasury instead. Now, usually the deadline falls around the April tax deadline, but the COVID-19 pandemic pushed the 2020 filing deadline to July 17th, you might recall. If you didn't file for 2019, the IRS asks you to submit a tax return to claim your refund. Starting in just a few days, those of you who ride Madison Metro buses will see some pretty big changes. On Sunday, the Metro Transit redesign officially goes into effect. The new system has fewer stops, which means riders might have to walk a little further to get to their bus. But buses will come more often and have more direct routes. And with more of those direct routes, if riders have to switch lines, They'll do so at normal stops instead of transfer stations. The new routes are expected to save most riders quite a bit of time. The redesign is separate from the bus rapid transit project, which is set to be finished next year. And we've compiled all this information for you into a web story online. Just look for it at channel3000.com.
Well, some good news for southern Wisconsin families with kids in need of heart transplants. They now have a new option to stay closer to home. This morning, UW Health's Transplant Center announced it is launching pediatric heart transplant program at American Family Children's Hospital. The decision comes after health experts heard from local families who didn't want to be referred to other states. The new program means families across southern Wisconsin won't need to potentially relocate or change jobs to get the care their child needs. UW Health will also be able to offer ventricular assist devices for kids to help their hearts recover or help them wait for a new heart. There's still time to sign up for the More Than Pink Walk for breast cancer research. News 3 Now is proud to sponsor the Susan G. Komen Walk this Saturday on Willow Island at the Alliant Energy Center. About 1 in 8 women will get breast cancer during her life, and that's nearly 13% of all women. One of the people walking Saturday is Erica Thompson. She's done the event at least a dozen times, but for her, she has a new reason to walk this year. Her best friend was recently diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma. Now her and her team of 7 other ladies will be out bright and early Saturday doing their part to help find a cure.
We'll be walking, we're called the Traveling Rack Pack. So we've been doing this for, I think we're at 14 years. So it's been an adventure, and yeah, we'd love to see more people come down and join us and support the Susan G. Komen organization. There's just so much that they have to offer.
If you want to participate or learn more about the fundraising event, we have information on our website, channel3000.com.
Jazz music is taking over the greater Madison area starting today. The Madison Jazz Festival is back through next Sunday. 11 days marks the longest the festival has ever been held. First one only took place over a weekend. It's a mix of free and ticketed performances throughout town, some indoors, some outdoors. And you may just be surprised at what's considered jazz from some of the other genres musicians are incorporating into their performances.
Jazz is a pretty umbrella term. It really is improvised music is the common denominator, but we have a lot of elements of hip hop, soul, funk, R&B, other styles of Black American music, as well as kind of classic jazz.
The Jazz Festival is put on thanks to the Arts and Literature Laboratory. To see the complete schedule, just visit artlitlab.org. The sport of pickleball is gaining popularity not just here in Wisconsin, but all across the country.
And not only is it fun to play, but it's also good for your health. The Association of Pickleball Professionals says there are currently 36.5 million Americans playing the sport. One of them is Dr. Christopher Choi. He says he first learned about pickleball from his elderly patients.
I mean, they'll go miss other things, but they'll miss my appointment, but they will not miss the pickleball. Basically, it is not as taxing, but it does give a lot of cardio. So it's great. I was sweating like crazy.
Like other forms of physical activity, playing pickleball is going to boost serotonin and endorphins, which helps with depression and anxiety. And because pickleball is not a solitary sport, that social aspect of the game is also extremely appealing to some. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is back with a check of our first warn forecast.
Sounds like fun on a day like today. The weather is pretty nice, but it was not that way 39 years ago. Those of us that were around can remember what happened. This is the anniversary of the Barneveld tornado. Early in the morning, June 8th, 1984, tornado basically swept from southwest to northeast right through Barneveld. Early in the morning, that was the problem. The tornado hit Barneveld right about 12:55, 36-mile path. People said, well, Blue Mountains will prevent tornado from hitting Barneveld. That didn't do anything there. $25 million in damage, 9 people died, almost 200 injuries in Barneveld, and it was one of 46 tornadoes, part of that outbreak. Other tornadoes that hit southern Wisconsin were in Belmont. That was the first one, but you can see how as time went on, they gradually worked their way to the north and east. DeForest, Arlington, Marquezan got hit, Columbus just before 2 a.m., and then Beaver Dam about 2:17. And some of those tornadoes were rather strong. 3 things you need to know in our forecast. It'll be warm for tomorrow and for Saturday with high temperatures in the 80s. Low 80s tomorrow, probably mid 80s for Saturday. Some showers and thunderstorms Saturday Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and some showers Sunday, perhaps even into Monday afternoon. So we'll take whatever rain we can get. It certainly won't be what we need, but again, you just take what Mother Nature gives you. And with the clouds and the showers, that'll keep temperatures in the 60s for both Sunday and for Monday. Doppler track precipitation, this is over the last 7 days. You can see there are large parts of southern Wisconsin that haven't received any rain, while a few places were lucky enough to get an inch or more with spotty thunderstorms. Farther out to the west, the rainfall was more general, about 1 to 3 inches from western Minnesota into parts of north central Iowa. That main storm track stayed just out to the west of us, and that's still the case now. You can see some showers, a couple of thunderstorms over parts of south and North Dakota. Wisconsin, dry as a bone, and that'll be the case again for tomorrow. And future track precipitation doesn't show a lot of promise. The showers and storms from Saturday afternoon through Monday bringing about a quarter to a half inch of rain in Madison, maybe a little more north and east of Dane County, where the showers might linger a little bit longer to the day on Monday. To the south of west, probably a little bit less than a quarter of an inch of rain. And then we go into the rest of the week, next week, dry until we get to Friday afternoon, Friday night. There'll be a cold front coming through that could bring some quick hitting thunderstorms. Some areas could pick up an inch to an inch and a half, favoring more east central Wisconsin. But where we are, maybe another quarter of an inch of rain. And again, southwestern Wisconsin, probably the area least likely to see those heavier rain totals. And this time of year, we should be looking at about an inch to an inch and a half of rain every 10 days. Tomorrow, not a drop of rain in the forecast. Mostly sunny, a little bit warmer with a high temperature of 82. Planning your day across Dane County, high 82 in Stoughton, 82 in Cottage Grove, and 82 in Windsor. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 79 in Wautoma, 79 in Fond du Lac, Milwaukee, a little cooler, 74. But 81 for the high temperature in Lone Rock. And again, that rainfall from Saturday afternoon through Monday, around a quarter to a half inch of rain. But again, we could use more than that. First warned 7 to 10 day forecast with the clouds and showers. We drop back from the 80s on Saturday to the 60s for Sunday and Monday. And then once the rain ends, the sun comes back, temperatures go right back up. Chance for showers and thunderstorms late Friday afternoon into Friday evening. Father's Day weekend right now looks to be dry and warm.
And coming up in sports, it was the Taylor Baker show at State for Sun Prairie East. How the Cardinal Ace did it all in their quarterfinal win. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
Want to work out for free? This summer at Anytime Fitness, you can get up to 3 months free. Get more for your membership than just machines with 24/7 access and a community of support. Hurry! The earlier you join, the more you save. Stop into Anytime Fitness now and get the summer free.
Imagine this. It's 1968 and the mayor of Milwaukee says nope to Summerfest. How many bands would you have never seen? And how many lakeside selfies just wouldn't exist? You'd never have met your new best friend while singing along to every song. Or know the feeling of hitting all 12 stages before the headliner. Thankfully, 55 years ago, Summerfest was a yes. And every year since has been one to remember. Don't miss Milwaukee Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance.
Camp for less at Camping World in DeForest. We have hundreds of RVs to choose from with quality pre-owned RVs starting at $99.99 and new RVs starting at just $134 a month. Plus, every RV purchase comes with a Good Sam Elite membership and access to our nationwide service network. We guarantee you'll get the best deal or give you $1,000. Stock up on everything you need for the RV and campsite with our huge selection of RV accessories. Looking to sell your RV? We pay the most. Click, call, or come in to Camping World in DeForest today.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend. Haul or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Now lease an F-150 STX for $419 a month for 36 months, plus get 1,000 trade assist cash only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
bring life to your Wisconsin Dells getaway? Bring your family, bring your friends, bring an extra suit, and bring on the water parks. It's time to bring out your best. Your best driving, your best sliding. Hey, your best friend just passed you up. Ready to play? Bring your A game. Ready to eat? Bring your appetite. Ready to bring it to the next level? Let's bring it all together. Summer in Wisconsin Dells. Bring it on. Go to WISC-TV.com and start planning your trip to the water park capital of the world today.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Schedule your comprehensive eye exam at shopko.com or bring in your outside prescription.
Nobody on the Champions Tour is playing better golf right now than Steve Stricker. In the 10 tournaments he's played this year, Strick has 3 wins, 2 of those are majors, and 4 second-place finishes. And now it's time for his tournament, the AmFam Championship, one he's never won. And Strick's not really shy about saying just how bad he wants to be at the top of that leaderboard come Sunday at University Ridge.
Obviously a tournament that's very important to me, and you know, maybe I just gotta kind of let it just flow like I do each and every week and not try to do too much, you know. And I think I just need to go out there and smile a little bit more, enjoy it, embrace it, and if I play well, I play well. If not, so be it.
He's used to winning every single week, and when he doesn't win, he's taking second place. It's extremely impressive what he's doing.
The state softball tournament has been Jamie Olson's home away from home. She's led Sun Prairie to a state title in 2018 and runner-up finishes in 2019, 2021, and 2022. And this season, the Cardinals were back with a chip on their shoulder. Up first for Sun Prairie East, Oshkosh West, and Taylor Baker took the game over from the start. First inning, she rips one into the outfield to plate the game's first run. That was part of a 3-run frame for the Cardinals, and it was more than enough run support for her. Baker struck out 10 and pitched a complete game shutout. Sun Prairie East moves on to the semis with a 5-0 win. In Division 4, how about this for your first tournament appearance? Waterloo was down 5-0, came all the way back to win it. Pirates will face Iola Scandinavia on Saturday for a state title. Craig Counsell and the boys going for the sweep over the Orioles. Things were going good. Brewers jumped out to a 3-run lead. But then came the 8th inning, and Gunnar Henderson, he sends a 2-run shot to left, and that lead is now gone. Brew Crew falls 6-3, the final. Let's kick it. McFarland hosting Sugar River in a sectional semifinal. What a start it was for Anya Brinkman. She goes corner pocket for one of her 2 first-half goals and set a new school record for goals in a season in the process. But McFarland would answer. Elise Freeman drills home the PK, and the Spartans move on to Saturday's sectional final with a 3-2 win in overtime. And year 1 of the Luke Fickell era of Wisconsin football hasn't even kicked off yet, and the Big Ten is already thinking about what's next. The conference released its future opponents for the 2024 and 2025 seasons. And the Badgers have a loaded slate. Just looking at next season, UW will make road trips to Iowa, Michigan, and the LA Coliseum to take on USC. Penn State and Minnesota will come to Camp Randall, and you can't forget about that non-conference showdown with Alabama. We're back after this.
Our phones keep us constantly connected. But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? To limit screen time, but not quality time. And to give us rhythm instead of algorithms. Introducing Us Mode. Set your phone for human connection at US Cellular.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburgers cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
At the Spectrum Lab, we're bringing you the best in connectivity with Spectrum One. Get Spectrum Internet with the fastest speeds in the nation, so you always have enough speed for all your devices.
Plus, advanced Wi-Fi delivering state-of-the-art security and privacy.
Plus, Spectrum Mobile gives you unlimited talk, text, and data on a reliable nationwide network.
Get Spectrum One with Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, plus your first line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited, free for 12 months. Call 833-792-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or Spectrum Store today.
Furniture Store closing sale. Euro-style beds, mattresses, kitchens, and comfortable upholstered furniture and home decor, all on sale. Everything must go at Black, Red, White Furniture, located at 6798 Watts Road, Madison.
Everlight Solar is the premier home solar company in the Midwest and a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. We make going solar simple and affordable with $0 down. To learn more about solar for your home or see our employment opportunities, visit everlightsolar.com.
This is our latest hearing aid, packed with 20th century technology. Why beige? To blend in. You know, so it's almost invisible.
You mean like this?
How did you do that?
This Father's Day, save $360 on Eargo 7.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
This is Iowa. We just haven't been properly introduced. Say hello to the place where rolling hills meets low bills, where our fields, inside and out, are always growing, and where the fun is just getting started. This is Iowa. So, when are you coming to see us?
Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See? $1,200 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
Boom. Chocolate milk.
I'll take the chocolate milk.
US Cellular, built for us.
Join me in the 608 weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
Gary's back. Final check of the forecast.
Pretty nice night out there. It's comfortable. Skies are clear. There's live view from the Edgewater Skycam. These temperatures, mid-50s to the mid-60s. Madison, one of the warmer spots at 64, but already down to 47 in Black River Falls, 48 in Camp Douglas, 48 even in Cross Plains, but still 64 degrees in Edgerton. Look for a low tonight of about 47 in Madison. High tomorrow, 82 with lots of sun.
All right, Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.